Mine was the Ghostbusters proton pack. I have a very vivid memory of being 4 or 5 years old and explaining to my dad, because I want a proton. They ask you, what do you want? Proton pack, like from Ghostbusters, the pack. And my dad being like, yeah, we'll get you one of those, because they made them as a toy back then, like a legit one. And I said, now I don't want a toy. I want, a proton pack that shoots lasers so that, I can burn stuff and like,
How old are you this time?
Did you also want a lightsaber?
I'm either 4 or 5, and I'm trying to make it so clear to him, because because I remember him being like, yeah, we're going to get you. We already told you we're going to get it for you. Don't worry, we're going to get it. What he meant was he has it. I didn't understand that at 4 or 5, but I can still remember trying to clarify that, like, I don't want some bullshit piece of plastic. I want a fucking proton pack. But like, I got the proton pack, and they still talk. They're like, he was so rude. We gave him his proton pack. He pouted. He pouted the whole night, and I was like, no. You pulled that shit that they pull now on kids, where they put a rock in a box and give it to them for Christmas. Like I didn't tell you I wanted a toy. I asked for a goddamn nuclear-powered proton pack to go waste some ghouls and goblins. You
couldn't have been any clearer.
All you had to say was, those don't exist, son. It's a science fiction movie. And I'd have been like, oh, cool. Can I have a shotgun? They'll do the same thing. I just thought a proton pack was cooler.
I'm remembering a present. Like, I was looking through like the most popular gifts of the 90s, trying to jog my memory. And I remember one of the most devastating gifts I ever received was one year. It was probably 96. So I'm like 5 years old. And I can still, if I close my eyes, I can see vividly the commercial for moon shoes. Moon boots, they were called. They were purple plastic moon boots, and they were like around where your shoes were. You would put your shoes on top of this little mini trampoline on each side. You would strap yourself in. And these kids on the commercial were soaring. They
jumping over cars and shit.
They were jumping over cars. They were flying through the air. And I remember like my thought being like, as like I requested those for Christmas, and I remember my thought being like, now these are no joke, Taylor. You got to be careful. That's exactly what they were.
Kids. Look at the kids.
Look at the kids. They're in space. Yeah, they're leaping. They're leaping among the stars. And I got these, and I was a big 5-year-old, 6-year-old.
43 bucks.
That is ridiculous. Yeah. They should be 7.
I strap both feet in and immediately sink to the ground. And you start to jump, and what happens if you try and jump is, because these have no balance whatsoever, your foot clips the inside rim of it as it's coming up, and you damn near kill yourself sometimes trying to get a tiny amount of air. And when you do get any air, God forbid, you come clacking down on this hard plastic with no traction, and you're on concrete because you're in your basement or whatever the fuck. Flat-footed. It was the most like high in the sky, so excited seeing that package, to distraught realizing I'd been had. I think that was the first time I was like, they can lie on TV. Like, I didn't know that. I thought there must be a judge or something like measuring the height of these kids. Another one, Bop It. Bop It came out when I was like 5 or 6, and I remember thinking that was cool, but I didn't have the dexterity to bop it, twist it, and pull it fast enough to keep up at like 4 or 5.
You ever
or whatever.
play with a partner?
Yeah, we would cheat. It would be like, all right, I'm on the bop, you hold the pull, you hold the twist, and then we would do that.